Lita, ni hao.
Ni hao.
Nice to meet you.
How are you?
Doing well, thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Ni hao, right here. Come sit down for orientation.
Okay.
Okay, thanks again for coming. Today we're going to just go over, a brief orientation. I know you have been here before. Lita, this is definitely your first day, especially with the app station. So I just want to go over a few things, specifically, our policies, our procedures, a little bit of the equipment, and then also, the app station and, the goals of the establishment, as well as the dress code. So first, I just wanted to go over that we do have some policies here. And one that I just wanted to touch on today, because each day, I really focus on each one, because it is in your manual, so I assume that you have read it, that sexual harassment, it does happen, and we do have the EEOC, but I just want to make sure that if anything is happening in here, which sexual harassment is, unwanted touching or communication from one person to another, female or male on male, female and female, that you can come to me or the other manager on duty and explain to us what's going on. We'll fill out a form. We'll make sure that the appropriate discipline is taken. Most likely, when sexual harassment is completed, the person will be terminated. And also the dress code on a typical day, because I know we're not open today, just make sure that you have your hat, hair pulled back, no jewelry. I see you have your uniform, which is great. Did your shoes come in? Your shoes came in? Okay, that's great. And then also, we're going to come in here typically at 3:10 to make sure, we have our briefing. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the mixer. Basically, its functions, the different paddle, the whisk, the hook, and what you can use for that. In our different sizes, we have 3 mixers in here right now. One of them we have just basically for show, that was on mass production. We have one that we typically use for our breads and our cakes for dinner service. I know this is your first dinner service, Lita. And also, I will be delegating towards Yu, because this, is her second night here, and she'll be showing you the setup for the app station. We have 4 appetizers. We have our piata, and we also have our ceviche, as well as our soup, our mushroom cremini pumpkin soup. So she will be showing you how we do the setup for that. So we'll just do that real quick, and then at the end tonight, we'll just do some feedback. Any questions? No. Okay. And I don't know if you're wondering, but typically we end at 10 o'clock at night on a typical night, but tonight we'll probably end a little early, probably around like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, because I know we're in here extra early. Okay? Yeah. So after this, we're going to just head into the kitchen and work on the mixers and show you around a little bit. And just let me know if you have any questions.
Thank you.
Lita and Yu. Right here we have one of our mixers that we typically use during the dinner service. I know we said that we have only 3 mixers, but that's because we don't use this big guy over here. That would technically make 4, but we only use this big guy when we have like guests of 200 or 300, but that rarely occurs. So right here we have our mixer that has 3 speeds on it, 1, 2, and 3. And we also have our 3 main attachments, the paddle, the whisk, and the dough hook. And when you use this, you try to connect everything. Give a space that you lift up, and you turn and you lock. You would technically turn this gate to lock it. Sometimes that's a little funky, that sometimes you have to like spin it a couple of times for it to turn on. You can technically use this the speed right here, your speed lever. So 2's at the bottom, 1's in the middle, and 3 is at the top, and you would turn on 1, and I'm not too sure if this will turn on, but it'll go around. But that's how that works. And you would just let that run its course. If you have anything inside of the attachment, you kind of just scrape it down, and this does come out, the bowl. So you're able to transport it, to, get clean easily. Or if you have to go downstairs in the banquet halls and then put like icing on top of the cake, you can keep the icing in here if you prefer. It's a little heavy, I wouldn't do that, but when worst case scenario happens. But any questions?
What type do we use for pizza and what type do we use for dough and what type do we use for cake?
Sure. So, like you said, you wanted to know which ones do we use for pizza and dough and the cake, and also for icing. I would definitely use the paddle more for, the batter for your cakes. And then for the whisk, I definitely would use for more of your icings, and then when we do butter, eventually, when you're in front of the house, you'll have to pipe butter. So the back of the house, we, put 16 cubes of butter in here, and then it'll whisk around, and then you'll scrape it off, like I said, and then you'll put it in the piping bag and you'll pipe. So that's definitely for icing and your whipped creams. And then also for the dough hook, we use for the pizza, but then we also use the dough hook for the yeast that goes into the breads as well. So you don't have to start with the paddle, for the yeast, to, wake up and start, breathing. You can just use the dough hook. And then eventually you're gonna probably wonder when you're making the bread, because you will be working with me for the bread prep, that okay, the dough is like stuck to the hook, what do I do? It didn't stay in the bottom. Just take it and you pull it down. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, like which speed we use for making the dough?
For dough, I would definitely use speed 2. You don't want to be too fast because of the yeast, because you don't want to kill it, because yeast, as we all know, is alive. And definitely before you even change your speed, make sure you turn off the mixer. That's very important, because you don't want to go from like speed 1 to speed 2 and then all of your flour starts flying everywhere. Especially with the protective gate, that kind of helps it, but that's still going to make some type of splatter or some type of mess. But you guys will definitely be using this a lot in here. And I also just want you just to turn around real quick and notice that our bowl, we use that for shredding meats, and we also use for shredding cheese. And then right there on your other side is the mixer, and the slicer, and that is one of our most dangerous equipment in the kitchen. Okay, any further questions?
No.
Okay, thank you. And I'll show you more at the app station. Worked over here, and I'm actually gonna pass everything on to you. I have some work to do in the office, so I'm delegating to you, leaving the accountability on you and the responsibility to show lead the way over here. So if you have any questions, just let me know. If you can't remember anything from the appetizer station, typically in this station, we want appetizers to be out within 7 minutes. Your order will be on the screen right here, and she has everything under control. Your tickets will be here, and she has the best stuff ever. So I'm leaving you in great hands. If you have any questions, just let me know, ladies, okay?
Okay.
All right. My pleasure.
Hi. Lida, I will talk about how to set up the appetizer station. So can you follow me? Okay. First, we need to get some plate.
Okay, so how many?
Like 10. We need to get some shoe cover. grader, and also our shoe will be here because like we already made in the protocol and we just work here. And the order they will in the screen, and we will get a ticket from this screen, and we will start to making the like trail or shoe or another like or piano, like different order. Piano, like we use this oven to put the piano in here and put in the oven and use the second button is a black bread for like one minute for the piano. So do you have any questions like about the appetizer station? Okay, thank you.
Hi, Wei Yu. How was everything?
Yeah, good.
Great? Okay. Do you mind if I talk to you for 1 second?
Yeah, no problem.
Sure, okay. Lita, we'll be right back.
Okay.
Wei Yu, can you have a seat for me, please? Thank you. Wasn't too bad of a day, was it?
Yeah,
Not too bad.
Yeah.
So I just really pulled you over here just to talk to you, just to give you some feedback about the day and also to get, your opinion on the day as well. I just want to say that you did an awesome job training Lita today, so xie xie.
You're welcome.
I hope I said that right. We'll
Yeah,
work
you
on it.
did. Yeah.
We'll work on it. But yes, thank you. And I definitely have a good goal for you coming up. I noticed that your training skills were amazing. So hopefully in the next 3 months, I will promote you to trainer in time with further evaluation. Okay, so do you have any questions on that one about the training?
Yeah. Is here like any training program that we discussed?
Actually, I do know there is a leadership major in the university, so I definitely will give you the contact information for that, and that's amazing. That's great that you want to do that. And I'll see if I can actually talk to Donna about setting up a conference with you. I know there's definitely conferences going around the country. I definitely just came back from one in July. So yeah, excellent question. Thank you. And I also just want for you to reiterate to Lita, that appetizers have to be out within 7 minutes. But I was looking when you were showing her everything, and I think you did an excellent job showing her where the plates were, what to turn on, where to get the soup. At the same time, I feel like your personal goals, yes, is the training. I definitely feel like just make sure that you're here at 3:10, and I do want to thank you again for being here because you didn't have to. And also, that's it for today. And I
Okay,
just,
thank you,
it's
Felicia.
my pleasure. Yeah, thanks for coming in.
Hi.
Please have a seat. Okay, so you're not in trouble. I know this is your first day and you're like, oh my goodness, I'm in the office, but no, I just want to say, thank you for coming in for the orientation, welcome to the team. And I also want to say that I noticed, you working with Wei Yu, and you were doing an amazing job. Do you feel like you learned everything, or do you have any questions or concerns about it?
No, I don't
No,
have
you feel confident that you can do this tomorrow? Okay, because with our rotations, you will be eventually showing somebody the appetizer station, so I just want to make sure you're okay. My goal for you eventually is to run the whole entire appetizer station, and then we're going to stop the rotations, and I see you doing that within like a week. By the end of the week, I want you to be able to run it. And it's very simple. That your soup is in the working box. All of your prep foods are in the mini fridges. Do you remember how to get your plates and everything where they are?
Yeah.
Okay. And just for your dirty dishes, just send them to the dish area. You don't have to do them to the mini station. I also just, I want to thank you for being very enthusiastic. I saw you engaging and everything. You asked questions when I was showing the mixer. Also, I mean, I feel like you're excited to be here. That's like a good thing for me. That gives me a good vibe, so I know that we'll be doing well. I also wanted to let you know that I know there's a big cultural difference here. So if you ever have any recipes you want to bring to the table for appetizers, I'm all ears. Let's see if I have anything else that I wrote down. I do want to let you know that we will be doing feedback here. We do that about every night. I walk around and I just give you an evaluation about your night. And for me, I do like the A+, B+. I never give anybody like an F or anything, but I'm very encouraging. I feel like we'll sit down and you'll tell me what you thought about whoever you worked with. Also, just how you felt like the night went. Just realize, as I said, the appetizers do within 7 minutes, because we do have a kind of a set time schedule up front. I just want to let you know that, just make sure you get your uniforms together, that you're going to need a hat. So I will give you the information for that, how to order it. I think we have some extra ones here. If not, we do have a tote. Just make sure you're here tomorrow at 3:10.
Okay.
We will have our pre-shift meeting. And then we are going live for the first time tomorrow. So, I mean, Wagyu will be coming in to check on you as well as I. But you will be doing this basically on your own tomorrow. But you will have a prep sheet that will tell you everything that needs to be done. And I know that during your interview that we did have a walkthrough, so that you're comfortable with the walkthrough. Where everything is, the meat, fish, poultry box, the produce, and the dairy. Okay. But we will be going live. Dinner will start at 5:30. You just expect your first appetizer to come in within the first 30 minutes. You'll typically be out on a slow night around 8 o'clock, 8:15. On a typical busy night will be about 9 o'clock. You'll be probably with the a la carte kitchen, so you will be communicating with them as well if there's any holdups. But basically, it'll be you, the front server, who will come in and grab your apps, as well as whoever is coming to rotate. You'll be there, but there will be other people who will rotate in position, so you'll get a new person all the time. So in a way, you will be having a trainer hat. So I mean, I probably will still connect you with Wagyu, because I have some personal goals with her. So I'll probably set up a conference with Donna as well and let her know to give you some training courses. I feel like that's about it. I'm very confident with you, and I thank you for your time today. I know you had to come out your way on a Saturday, of course, to go through orientation, and I will go in a more in-depth orientation with you again to go over more of the procedures. It's actually about the fire alarms. We did have an incident over the semester where the fire alarm did go off. So as the app station, you want to make sure that you execute out the building right away, especially with whoever you're working with, because it will be a new chef, a new student chef. So we'll go over the next week, well, tomorrow probably, when we do our feedback about evacuation procedures. And for me, I do a lot of safety, so safety would be a new procedure every day. And as well as today, we went over sexual harassment, which I hope that you got a lot of information out of that. In your manual, there will be the contact information to the EEOC, as well as my contact information, my cell phone, and then the number here. That you could talk to me about anything like that. If that ever did occur, we haven't had an incident yet, but just in case. And then also probably next week we'll have, a policy on just theft. We are a food establishment, and we also have a bar, so we want to make sure that our inventory is safe intact. Okay? So I'll see you tomorrow at 3:10.
See you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.